Welcome to EJH British Cars. As you can see, it's a nice sunny day. Yay, it's been raining for weeks here. Working a bit on the two, and I thought I'd get you caught up and we'll go over some of the work I'm going to do. So let's get started. Well, if you recall, when last we met, we were painting fenders. Actually, we've done some front end work since then, but so I'm getting ready to mount the rear fenders, and before we mount the rear fenders, we have to put the stone guards in, and those are the aluminum pieces that go on the front edge of the lower portion of the fenders right behind the doors to stop stone damage coming up off the tires. So here's one of the old ones, and you can see why I wanted to get some new ones. I suppose you could have tried to polish this up, but it's bound to be pitted. And I thought it was interesting. I never even noticed that this is part of the old rocker panel, that it fell off with this. I never even took the screw out. So here's the new one, and I painted the backs of all this stuff black because I didn't want this surface to corrode anyway, but also not to be touching metal against the other fender, just in case there was a scratch on both of them. Then you get dielectric corrosion and all that, which looks like that. So what I found with these pieces, that all these turned edges, which are the inside edges, if it's black, it's on the inside, right? Blue is the outside. They're all long. So I had to file all this down to meet up to my fender, and I also had to, this angle here with this is the flange that goes against the edge where you bolt the fender on. Well, that angle was too acute. It needed to come back about 5 degrees. And so there's a lot of sort of tweaking on this, but this is just fairly thin aluminum. It's not that hard to work. But I've got them pretty close now. And the one thing I was noticing is that the rolled over edge on this is a lot shorter than what I've got on here now. And I'm contemplating whether I should turn those down a little bit more. I probably will. It's just a small piece that's like that. That the bigger fender parts, and again you can see, I think that's some of the metal from the old fender in there still. Might have been able to save those, but I mean they're awful, and these things are not very expensive. This one side was a lot closer than the other. But again, this rolled edge needed to be worked a little bit, and it needed a little more arch in it, and also this corner here, the radius was far too big for the edge that's on the fender. So these look pretty good now. I'm pretty happy with them. I've got them both the same, so that's always good. But I think there's probably about 1/8 of an inch here, and the old one is maybe a 1/16. So I may just take a little more. Anyway, I'm going to play with that a little bit, and then we'll get back to you. I think I got this looking pretty good. It's not absolutely perfect, but here's the rest of this car. But if you look, this all fits pretty tight here. Fits well into this corner. It gets 2 screws, one here and one underneath to hold it tight. And this mess, that's this green plastic, that's just going to come off when I peel the plastic off. So the only thing I want to do now, I just want to touch the edge to file here because it's a little raw for me filing away at it. I want to think I'll go get a finer tooth saw. Alright, so I trimmed it down just a little bit more. I suppose it's probably not even hardly noticeable, but I know. So this is going to take 2 screws. I'm going to put one fairly high here and then one under there. We're going to get this one in first because that really sets this corner. And when you bought this set, it came with 4 new screws for it, so that's nice. We get the metal in this corner is a couple of layers thick. There's this fender on top and then the inner fender underneath. So you got to get through both of them. And these are flathead screws, so I'm going to counterbore the hole, help it recess, because the fender and everything has to sit on top of all this when it's all said and done. And basically, you want the diameter of the counterbore to equal the diameter of the head so it can sit nice and flush. Well, there you go, that's just about flush. So we'll get that one started, and then we can drill the hole on the other side. Well, it didn't line up on that hole too good, but I can open that up a bit. This is the hole where the fender is going to go. As you can see, I'll drill the hole there. I have to push it in to be tight. And this was only one layer of steel thick here, so I went down one size in the drill just so that it was less likely that the sheet metal screw would. Also, it just added that screw just to help with the alignment before I drilled, or actually after I drilled, because that one, you can see that hole's a little too low on the inside, so I re-drilled that after. I opened that screw hole up a little bit, and it's all pretty tight in there. I'll probably take a little bit of clear silicone and work it down into the gap, and then I'm going to leave the plastic on for now to protect it. So I'm going to go do the other side now. And I got this one on, and this one took a little bit of you working too. This was another one of those folded edges that needed filing, and we had to tighten the radiuses up on the corners. And the big thing was this curve on the back was slightly flatter than the fender, so I used my shrinker to give that a little more radius. There's ways to do that without a shrinking machine, but it certainly is the easiest. This being aluminum, I actually went too far the first time. You can take a pair of pliers and sort of like needle noses and bend it a little bit, make like a Z, and then hammer it between two planes, something heavy like a vise or something, and that will slowly shrink things. Don't hammer it too hard. Anyway, so I did do that. As you can see, the holes didn't line up quite right. That was easy enough to fix. And it is a little bit wider than the fender is here, but it touched there, so this doesn't really matter down there. Like I say, I'll probably take a little bit of clear silicone. I want to silicone the joint on the outside, and I'll fill this gap up too, because that'll be a real mud catcher otherwise. So the thing to do now, I don't know that there's holes in this fender. I think that the fender beads were screwed on, to be honest, at least up in this long flat section. And it's probably hard to get to, so I'm going to take a look at my fender beads and see what that, but it's getting late in the day now, so I'll probably do that tomorrow. But like, see, just to the right of that nut there's a hole there, just to the right of that space another hole there, one there, and that really looks like that was probably where there were some sheet metal screws holding the fender beads on. I don't remember, it was so long ago, to be honest. Getting ready to fit the panel. So these 3 bolts in the back, they fit into slots in the fender. You can see right back there, and that's because they're so hard to get to. That's a really tight space, so you only have to slide them in, and then you can tighten them up after. So I just want to make sure you get the fender washers well clear so it won't fight you. Then these bolts go in this way, and these ones go in that way. So we're going to catch it on the end, and then you want to make sure you got some hardware handy, because you're going to need to hang this side so you can go back and start putting the rest of them in. But you need something to hang it on, so you want something close. So you want that, and then those top through ones, are these black ones in this kit, and I'm not sure where this went. I have a feeling that when I was replacing all the cages, I put a cage in where that one was fitted. It's probably the one way down under the rocker arm. But when I had everything apart, I just spot welded one in. So and I don't see, I mean, in the descriptions I see where it is, but in the parts diagrams I don't see where it goes. So if I wind up needing it, I'll find it somewhere else. But we're going with this for now. There's also, all the bolts that go on the fender have a point on the end, and these two, which are just standard, they call these set screws because they're fully threaded in England. Those two are the ones that hold the brace on the bottom, so they're just standard hardware. And here's the capture nuts on the fender. These are the ones that are going through. Oh, and then I did a little research on the beading. These holes go through here and corresponding holes here. So what I figure is that the fender was put on, it was loose, then they placed the fender bead, and then they drilled it through, because the fender bead I took out has holes in the tabs for these. So you tap those in place, and then these ones here where you have better access, they're bent over like that. So that's the plan. And the same thing, these ones down here don't seem to have been drilled in because they've been blind. I don't know how you would. So you just have to reach up from the bottom and bend the tabs over and we'll put them in. So we'll get there when we get there. I'm getting ready to fit the fender. So the one thing I have to pre-do, these 3 bolts at the back, they capture the trailing edge of the fender. The fender is slotted, as you can see there. And that's just because of the tight spot. I'm sure it'd be really bugger trying to start 3 screws there. So you want to start these screws with a couple of threads to hold them in. But make sure you leave plenty of room, because you know that edge, I'm sure it's not exactly right anymore after being banged around all these months. So that goes in, and then I made up some hardware here. It's really handy because I'm going to hold that and be holding the fender. I need to get 1 bolt started so this thing doesn't fall on the ground, right? So these are pointed on the ends, and that's because they're going into these cage nuts. There are 2 bolts in the kit, because this is a fender installation kit, that are just square on the end, and they're for the fender brace, which one side of it's right there, and there's a brace on the bottom of the tab. So those are just regular nuts and bolts. Also, peel back the clear or the light blue plastic that was on this stone guard to protect it, just so it wouldn't get trapped in, because it'd be a bugger to get out afterwards. Doesn't matter on this side because you get good access over here. Anyway, so I'm going to lift that up and see if we can reuse the old washers here, because they're so much bigger than the new ones in the kit. So just on this one where it's got that wide slot in the fender, I use the bigger ones to usually have them. So this piece goes over the top of this plate for the light. Alright, I got those 3 over those nuts. Again, I cannot see what I'm doing. I might, after I get a couple of these started, I might pick this up a little bit more, but there's the first one started. Now remember, you're going to have to put the fender beading in, so you don't want to pull this down tight yet. So these holes are slotted, so when I just pushed it it pushed those 3 loose bolts clear. So, because I may have to tighten 1 bolt up temporarily, because this fender's bent a little bit like that. it's bent a little bit like this, which has pushed this front edge forward about a ½ inch, so I'm going to need to push it back. So I get as many of these started as I can. Got all the hardware started. You can see, and these three are here, and we obviously need to push this in. But this is probably where I'll start with the beading. I'll get this piece of fender beading in first, and I'll lock this down, and that'll lock the fender where it needs to be. Just as a side note, here's how the car came to me, and here's where it is today. Quite a difference, eh? So we've got it fed in just loose. Basically one tab between each of the bolts. And I'm going to tighten this up down. I want to make sure I've got this pushed down into place. Right here it's a little high. So I'm just going to tighten these up, and then I need to drill them. I'll have to probably drill these in before I do the rest of it. So I've got these lined up. All I have to do is lift this up a little bit. You can just see the top of that, and if you push right at the top, you can slide those tabs along till they line up. And we're going to take and drill a hole. Now I need to drill the tab. There we go. And then we just need to get a sheet metal screw. These are slotted screws that I bought years ago at a hardware store. So I was getting rid of old inventory. So that's nice. These are, back in the day, these would have been like that. I think they probably intended these black screws not to have anything underneath them, because they do look a little clunky with a fender washer and a lock washer, but let's see. Leave them for now anyway. Anyway, it's getting dark out here. So I'm going to put those screws in, tighten these up, and then I just need to make sure that my tabs are in the right spot, and tighten the rest of the fender down and bend the tabs over, and that's it. Obviously I haven't taken the protective coverings off the stone guards, but it's starting to look like a car again, huh? So hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and we'll see you next time.